just ordinary people.
You kept on time beautifully throughout. It was great. Well done.
The drag was a little bit lumpy, but I thought it was very expressive, and I thought it was very evocative.
Really nice, seamless moves that rolled one into the next, and I loved it. Thank you.
Ore and Joanne, welcome. Oh, it was an extraordinary performance. I watched it at home and I teared up. I really did. I don't know whether it's you.
You've got to stop crying, so it's getting old.
It's getting too much,
it's
isn't
getting
it? I don't know whether it was Joe in that dress, it was your hips, or it was Tommy in the piano. I'm not sure. You struggled to keep a straight face, sort of, when you were training with this one. But there, on the night, look at you, were lost in it all.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we had struggled with the laughing.
Yeah.
But when we got down to the competition, we were focused. There was only the one bit, because we'd been counting it 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 face.
Yeah.
And that 2, 3 face, he had to put his hand down my face.
That was the moment.
We knew it was coming, and I tried to not look at his eyes, but look at his nose.
OK.
So I wouldn't laugh.
Nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you managed to hold on to that, and the judges absolutely loved it, as did we. Darcy loved the tender romance of it all. I mean, were you swept away in the end, Ore, by the romance of the rumba?
I think I was. I mean, it was such a beautifully choreographed routine by Joe, once again. But I think you touched on the laughter there. I think the reason why we're able to channel our romantic side is because we do trust each other so much. And it is a bit like us sometimes, like your kids in the playground, just like getting on as mates, where it is a bit giggly and a bit laughy. But I think because we just get on so well and we just have that trust, then at least for a minute and a half, I could hold on to the giggling.
You can like that.
So I loved
straight face. Did you run off and go, bah!
It was a little bit
afterwards?
of a giggle to be finished.
You were definitely swept away, though, when Tess said you were going to Blackpool. Let's remind ourselves.
All right,
I love your faces. Joe, you actually physically shaking. I know it means an awful lot. Karen Hardy, by the way, was in yesterday, and she did say you had the best hip action that she's ever seen on the show, even better than her own partner, Ramp Prakash.
Gosh.
I know.
Hips himself.
Yeah.
Do you know, that was, I heard it back. I watched it back on Catch Up last night, and that was absolutely amazing. But I wish you just told my mum, because the week before in our South, you know, we were in the bottom two, my mum called me up following that and said, it's your figure of 8. You need to work, you need to work on your figure of 8. And I was like, do you think I wasn't there? Thank you for the backup. But yeah, so it was nice that Karen.
You can always rely on your mother to tell you the truth, can't you? Statistics time. You currently are joint top with rumba scores with Danny and OT, 35 points. It's the highest marks of the series. Congratulations. Now, I know at this point it's all like, oh, we're all mates, we all get on, we're all family. But we're getting closer and closer to the final. Joe, it must be getting quite competitive between you all now.
Well, I'm not going to lie. When we were just sat out there and Ian was doing his bit, I was sat there and I'm going, oh, they're looking good, and they're looking good. And then Ore was like, we better get into the studio. And I was like, I'm not moving till I see Kevin and Louise.
Oh, and what did you think?
They look good.
Len was very impressed with your timing, and of course, because you just had Tommy and the piano, you didn't have any percussion. I mean, how difficult is that? Because with the rumba, like you say, you go on the two. Huh?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what I learnt quickly about my dear partner here is that he can't count. He can't count, so everything is to the words of the songs, or to me going dum da digga dagga dum.
Oh, that funny language thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was a jive, wasn't it? So, you know, it didn't really matter if he was going on 1 or 2. We just knew to go on that word.
Yes, 2, 3 face.
Don't do the face again, we'll all lose it. Now, you'll be doing a Viennese waltz this weekend in a little-known venue called the Tower Ballroom. You may have heard of it. It's in a place called Blackpool, but you're dancing to That's Life, which, again, is a classic. Would it be an understatement to say you're a little bit excited, stroke nervous?
Oh, it's going to be incredible. One, because the Clifton history in this place, Tower Ballroom, is huge. For me, I think for all of us non-dancers, it's going to be like the biggest school trip ever. You know, because we've all been doing this for the last 9 weeks or so. Yeah, cheers. But can we have non-training for just half an hour? I think it's just we're so looking forward to getting on that bus and being out there and dancing. You know, stuff like the spring of the dance floor I've heard about for years.
8 inches, I've heard, that it makes people spring. I think that's what they said. Anyway, sell us your routine. You're doing it to That's Live. I mean, this is golden age again, isn't it? A little bit like your American Smooth, Singing in the Rain. Sell us. Come on.
OK.
Give us a trailer.
Sell. Yeah. Well, Fleckle. We have...
OK, one Fleckle.
Fleckles, plural. We've got a few Fleckles.
OK.
We lose count on how many we have.
Mainly because I've gone so cross-eyed. I don't know where I am. But no, there's a lot of Fleckle action in
Lots of people have done a Viennese waltz. Joe, how are you making this better than theirs, so to speak?
Oh, heck. Well, we've got that massive floor now at Blackpool, so using his long legs, we can stride out.
Driving.
And I'm being really, really strict with him on the footwork, so I'm hoping that gets noticed.
OK.
And elbows up, and head up, and projection, and time...
There's a few things.
Exhausting, isn't it? It's exhausting. I've heard something that you may do more spins than anyone else has ever done in the history of time.
Maybe.
Be counting, people. Be counting. I don't want to blow your trumpet, but I must, because this is quite impressive, Ore. So far, you have had the highest scores for the salsa, 34 points, joint with Danny, the rumba, 35 points, jive, 39 points, and the waltz, 36 points. Impressive. So, Joe, the highest score held at the moment for the Viennese waltz is Claudia and AJ, 36. Can you beat them?
Ooh, I mean, they were brilliant, but we'll try our hardest.
Definitely try.
We'll try our best.
I remember asking Claudia and Greg about their Viennese waltzes, and only before this week I didn't necessarily realise how much you need a sick bucket.
I'm just going to...
I mean, it's not even funny.
I'm just going to say a bit of advice that my dad always gave me and Kev at Blackpool: project to the first balcony.
Project to the first balcony. What with the... Yes, thank you. It's your birthday tomorrow with Greg. Happy birthday. Enjoy the party. We will see you in Blackpool. Good luck, Ore Joanne. Gorgeous. That's all we have time for tonight. Don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30. I'll be talking to Louise and Kevin, Judge Rinder and Oksana. Ian's back, and I'll be playing Dress Up with Vicky Gill. Plus, get ready for it. Disco legends Shalimar will be performing live. See you tomorrow. Good night, Shalimar.